I'm working on a new project. If this works or not, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, so it's going to be fun. I'm painting a sign to put in my garage. That's a gym. Some positive sayings. But my art skills are not that great, so let's live and learn. Over here I've got some bit of poster paint, a bit of chalk, some paintbrushes. I just went to the $1, $2, $3 shop and bought things really cheap, so if it doesn't work out, I'm not wasting a lot of money. What else is hiding there? Oh, here we go. You've got some stencils, some nice fancy writing stencils. However, I do find these are really small. You need like a sharp pencil or something to get in there, but the letters look lovely. So here I've got this blue pen here. It's called a paint pen. I'm going to try writing with that and see what happens. And these are just like marker pens. And just some scrappy bits of paper. I'm going to try and write what I want on the board, on the paper first. So sort of give me more of an idea of how it's going to sit on the board. When I put it on, hopefully it will be centered. The letters won't be all no, my luck, that's how they will be. But oh well, let's see what happens. Okay guys, so over here I've got more bits of wood that was being thrown out, and I'm going to see if I can put this to good use. Okay, right, let's go, let's begin our project. So here you have, guys, I've written it out on a piece of paper, and now what I'm going to do is just cut the words out. So like, cut them out, and then I can place them onto the board in what order I like. And this is the board here. It's had one coat of that paint on it, and it's just poster paint. It's nothing flash. It's just our first board. Cheaper the better at this stage, and we'll, if it works out, we'll up our paint and everything else we use at that stage. But now I just don't want to spend a huge fortune on something that might not work out. So I'm going to do probably about 3 coats. So that's just the first rough coat on there, and like you can see, the board's pretty shabby anyway. It's not a good board, but this is just a practice one we're doing before we use the good stuff. So here's all the words cut out and just placed on the board. This is not the painted board, that's over here, but that still needs a couple more coats of paint on it. So if that's dried tonight when I get home from work, I'll put another coat of paint over the top of that. Just here's, I've got a whole heap of these boards. They're all the same size, so I can sort of practice where I'm going to put my words. So here we've done our words, we've cut them out, and what we're going to do is turn them over and then rub the backs of them with some chalk, just some white chalk. I had to buy all that just for white chalk. So we're going to rub the back of it with chalk, and then we're going to put them, arrange them on the board as to where we want them, and use sellotape to hold them in place. And then, where is it? And then with a pen, we're just going to go over the words, around the outlines of the words, and then take the sellotape off, and just take the paper off, and our words will be on the board, and we'll be able to use the paint pen and see how that goes. But at this stage I don't have any sellotape, I can't find any, so I'll get some on my way to work tonight, and we'll finish that off in part 5. So here I've put the chalk behind the first lettering there, and I've sellotaped it in place. Now I'm just going to get a pen and trace the outline of that word. So I've just done the first letter just to see if it worked out, but usually what you do is you would chalk all the back of them, sellotape all the words down, and then go over it with pen, and then go back and remove all the paper off. But I'm just focusing on the one word at this stage to see if it actually does work. So let's have a look, guys. Take that off, and oh yeah, it's not bad. Can see it. So now I'm just going to use the paint pen and go over the top with that with the paint pen before I carry on, and just see what that looks like. Right, so I've done that, and the light in here in the garage is not that great. Not to mention that we're having a crappy wet weather, so it's pretty dark outside, and my eyesight's not that great. So definitely do word by word for me at this stage, because of my eyesight, poor eyesight. It looks good, it looks alright. So I'm just going to let that dry, and then I'll see if I can tidy up the rest of that white chalk around it, take it off. Not bad, not a bad start.